you guys! I am making beeswax, like bee wrap today. I keep seeing this stuff at the co-ops and I absolutely am like, oh, I want to buy some every time. And then I'm like, no, I have fabric at home and I have beeswax at home and I should just make it. So I am making it today. This is a sample of one that I've already done, and basically all it is it's fabric and then I've melted beeswax onto it, and so it takes the place of your Saran wraps. So anytime that I have like a little block of cheese, I can wrap it up, or if I have leftover fruits, if I have a bowl that doesn't, I need to cover it to keep it fresh, I just form this around the bowl. Really cool stuff. So I'm going to show you how to make it. I've done this before and I've used the oven. And when you use the oven, you just put your little beeswax, little tidbits on it. I have a confession, you guys. So before I was grating beeswax. Beeswax is so hard. I don't even have it. They come in like little bars. It's really hard. I cannot stand grating stuff. So I just went upstairs and in my Cuisinart, I just shredded a bunch. Now wax is really hard to get off of like kitchen stuff, but I'm not going to think about it right now. But that's how I got all this. So it just made it way easier. The other thing that we do is when we iron it, we take parchment paper, and that's what we put our fabric between the parchment paper, and then we iron it, and that melts the beeswax onto your fabric. I've seen both ways that you can use parchment or tinfoil. The thought with tinfoil is that the beeswax doesn't stick to it as much as the parchment. I don't know, I tried both ways and I had beeswax residue on both. So I'm going with the parchment because you can see through it and it kind of makes it nice. So here's one that I have already kind of started. I'm going to move on to another one. You can make them all different shapes and sizes. I really want some that I can use to wrap sandwiches in, because when we go, spring is here, kind of, almost. And so we're going to want to take picnics. It's just super easy. It's not bulky. Throw your sandwiches in it and go. So lay your fabric on one piece of parchment, and this is about 12 and a half for a sandwich. And I pre-wash my fabric. Typically when I sew and I quilt, I don't pre-wash fabric, but since this is going to be used for food, I thought might as well just pre-wash. So I pre-washed it. Now I'm just sprinkling all these little bits of beeswax. The more you put on, the thicker it will be, the stiffer it will be. The only drawback to having it too much is that it'll flake easier. So your beeswax will start to kind of come off. Now the negative to not putting enough on is that it won't be as airtight, and like if you had a liquid in it, your liquid could spill out. So lay the other piece of parchment on top and then just slowly start to melt it. The nice thing is that I can see through the parchment, so if I have spots where I need more beeswax, I can just add a little bit more to it. You can always add more, you can't take away. Now this is reusable, so you can use it more than once, and all you have to do, I think I've read up to a year with regular use, you can use these. And you just use cold water, because the beeswax repels the cold water and it won't melt the wax. So you use cold water, and you can add just a little bit of soap if you want. I don't really think it's that needed. Beeswax is a natural antibacterial thing. I'm telling you, this is one more reason why I need to get bees. I would love to have bees. So it's going to be hot because it's melted wax, but there it is. And then you can do the back side if you want. The beeswax kind of melts through the fabric onto the back anyways, but this is where I can just see where I need a few more touch-ups. Now these sell, like at the co-op, I've seen them, they're about 15 bucks for different sizes, and they come in all different sizes. But when I looked up the sizes, really, there's no, from what I can tell, there's not really a rhyme or reason to it. It's just whatever size you want. I'm just going to hit the back side. I've done a couple months ago, I did like a little zippered pouch. So cute. I can't find it right now. Otherwise, I would show it to you. But I use it for Cheerios for my littlest, my 2-year-old. So whenever we go anywhere, like to story hour, I just put a bunch of Cheerios in that bag. And then it's, you know, it's quiet. It's, I don't know, it's just super convenient. If you want to add a zipper, if you want to add buttons, do your wax part first. Get your wax on your fabric and then sew. Or put your button on. And it's not too tricky. On the sewing machine, it makes it a little sticky to your foot. But sometimes I add like just a little bit of painter's tape to the bottom of my sewing foot, and that makes it slide easier under it. So there you go. You can let it hang it up because it is hot right now. Hang it up, and it'll just take 2 minutes to cool down. And there you have it. And then I'll bring this up for you to see. But we made little buttons out of cedar branches. And so I'm just going to add, so here it is. I mean, you can't really see much. But I'm going to add like one of our homemade cedar buttons to the corner. And then you stick your sandwich in, wrap it up. And then you can take twine and just kind of cute, twine, homemade buttons, beeswax wrap. How much more crunchy can you get? I love it. So, anyways, that's it. Homemade bee wrap. Give it a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.